Vinicius Jr. to Arsenal transfer boost. That is it. We are going to be talking Vinicius Jr., Brazil taking on Morocco later on. And guess who is going to be the next manager for the Italian national team? After missing out on going to the World Cup, Gennaro Gattuso got sacked. The Football Federation obviously saw its heads coming or being thrown out of or being thrown under the bus. And now looks like new things are really happening in through. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hopefully you guys are really having pure fun. This is the fourth video of the day, and remember, we are powered by Think Landscaping. Think Landscaping are dealers in designing your outdoor spaces to transform them and obviously plan for them into your dream look in there for you. So if you want your compound, garden, outside area to obviously look elegant and elite, please go ahead and call them on +256 765 280 470. Then you can as well WhatsApp them on +256 703 00 168. That is Think Landscaping for you. And I tell you what, it's really going to be one of those memorable moments that you'll obviously keep in your mind, because this outdoor company will keep maintaining what they've gone ahead to obviously do for you, because you will already have appreciated what they've gone ahead to do for you, and you'll be like, all right, let's get and look forward into the Think Landscaping world. So that is it. And call them, you will obviously be one of the most delighted. Now, I brought you a story, I think like 2 days back, that Mikel Arteta went ahead to urge his bosses at Arsenal to go in and talk to see to it that obviously get in Vinicius Jr. Now, one of the reasons as to why Mikel Arteta wanted Vinicius Jr. is that I never talked about last time, is that he's not a chaotic player. He's not one of those players that you think can cause chaos in the dressing room. He's a player who is well disciplined, you know. However big he is, because before Kylian Mbappe came in through, he was the biggest player at Real Madrid. Vinicius Jr. is a calm and disciplined player. That is it. Very calm, and he is very, very, very disciplined. So Arteta doesn't see anything in him like coming in through and obviously disorganizing or cause disarray in the dressing room and obviously make other players rebel against him. So he's like, I can get him in because he is a star player, but I can really handle and manage him. Because how does he get to know that he can obviously manage this guy? He has players, for example, the captain of Real Madrid, who goes by the names of Odegaard. Odegaard has ever been at Madrid with Vinicius Jr. and he knows exactly what he does in the dressing room and during the training sessions. Then there is another guy called Gabriel Magalhaes, Gabriel Jesus, and Martinelli. All those are Brazilian players that have gone ahead to share a dressing room and a training camp with Vinicius Jr. You remember all these three were there in the World Cup of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. And guess what? These two went ahead, these three know exactly what Vini is, and I think they went ahead to tell Arteta that the guy is really very, very, very respectful for the manager. However big a footballer player he is, he's one of those that has gone ahead to put out a very huge showcase, and he respects the manager. He has never gone ahead, obviously, and said to the dressing room, and I think that's why Arteta was like, go and get me that player. Go and get me that player, because I've gone ahead to make good research on him, and with him left with just 1 year on his contract, and is thinking on whether to obviously coming through and renew his contract or not, obviously, it brings out something good on Arteta's side, and Arteta is considering him for that. Now, Vini himself has gone ahead to obviously speak out onto his onto his future at Real Madrid. Now, what is the yardstick of this story? Obviously, the yardstick is simple. One, the contract issue expiring in 2027. Left with 1 year on his contract, Real Madrid went ahead to obviously offer him a new contract and was like, no way, I need a contract in the region of Kylian Mbappe. That is it. In the region earning of Kylian Mbappe. Now, he has come up and obviously spoken, and Real Madrid has gone ahead to obviously counter the player. Now, what has Vini gone ahead to say? Vini has said that I'm in no rush to renew my contract. I have a contract until 2027, so until 2027, we have a lot to discuss with Real Madrid, and Madrid has a lot to discuss with us. Madrid is calm, I'm calm, the president trusts me, and I trust him. Now, I'm even laughing. You know, one of the things that football players were trained to do is to obviously go ahead and obviously give the media the perfect reply that the public domain will obviously buy. But we as people who know what it means and who go ahead to obviously dig deep into those statements, I tell you, it's really very, 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 very worrying to the side of Real Madrid. You understand? For one of their star players to come out and obviously put out such a statement that he's calm and Madrid is calm. He still has a contract with them until 2027. Now, if these two sides are calm, why is it that? Madrid has tabled a contract on the table of Vinicius Jr. and Vini is like, I don't want it. You should improve it. You understand? And that's what has gone ahead led to Mikel Arteta to say, let's try our chance and see whether we can get in Vinicius Jr. Now, Vini, who is saying that Madrid is calm and is also calm, there is a story that we've gone ahead to get in from Real Madrid about Vinicius Jr. You understand? And I'm going to be throwing it in a Giphy. Now, for Vini, and the words he has gone ahead to put out, it's clear cut that it's whether you give me the amount of money that I deserve, or you sell me on a cheap, or I leave as a free agent in the in 2027 summer. Now, if he is to leave now, obviously like 100 million euros will have to cross from the bank account of Arsenal to the bank account of Real Madrid. But also Vini might be like, the only way for me to obviously get what I want is to run my contract down. When I'm a free agent, Real Madrid will be forced to be put into a paying mode that I really want. And right now, he has a release clause. Is it even $1 billion, for Vinicius Jr.? So it's close to $1 billion for Vini. And his entourage is offering him, I tell you, to other clubs. That's why there are rumors that teams like Arsenal are really interested in this player. So just don't say it's 100% not happening. I tell you, it can happen 100%, and it can't happen 100%. But Arteta is eyeing the lad, and the lad is also showing interest that I really want to go where Arteta wants me to go because of his fellow Brazilians, by the way, that are there. You can talk about Big Gabi, Big Gabi, Gabriel Jesus, and Gabriel Martinelli. Though, at the end of the summer transfer window, he might not find any, apart from Gabriel Magalhães. Other Brazilians might be shown the exit door in here onto what we call the Rokani media football. So that is Vinicius Jr. for you. Arsenal is eyeing Vini, And Vini is also staging a very huge scenario that is shocking a team known as Real Madrid. Now, we've been told by a certain source known as El Mundo, it's a newspaper, from Spain, and it's like Real Madrid have gone ahead to counter the statements of Vini, and they're like, you are not big as you think. You are not big as you think. And they're like, Real Madrid are waiting to see Vinicius Jr. performance at the World Cup before deciding whether to offer him an improved contract renewal offer. The other option is whether to explore options in the transfer market. Now, when such statements start to come out from the club, because it's the man who says trusts him, known as Florentino Perez, who is really playing this. And he's like, I bought you for like 40 million euros. If I can get a pure profit of 60, then Vini, I'll do that and I'll reinforce my attack. In such a situation, Vini is on a disadvantage that his best position that he plays, it's Mbappe's best position too, and Mbappe is a better player in that position than him. Now, if he starts the season without renewing his contract, I tell you, Madrid would have gone ahead to put themselves in a more weak position, and the only way out way would be selling him in January transfer window on a chip. Now, Florentino Perez, I think he's talking to the entourage of Vini, and he knows exactly what Vini wants. And at the look of things, it looks like they don't want to offer him that contract because they don't want to find themselves in a situation of really having what we call the wage burden at the side of Real Madrid. So what they are doing is simple. They've gone ahead to obviously start putting out statements that will counter Vini. And I tell you what, very soon you'll hear that Madrid has put Vinicius Jr. on the market to be sold. That is it. Because at the World Cup right now, he cannot obviously negotiate all that. But he left the terms that he wants on the table of Florentino Perez. Why did he go to the World Cup without signing the contract? Because Florentino Perez is not willing to obviously give Vinicius Jr. all what he wants. And Vini has been looked at as a player who has been wanted to be forced out by Real Madrid, because you remember when they obviously went ahead, obviously mock him, racist attacks in the La Liga as Mbappe came in through, and they knew to it that they wanted to get rid of him. And at Real Madrid, your looks are really very important, and you see the looks of Vini and very many others. So he's not that player that Florentino Perez believes should be the Galactico to obviously wear that shirt number 7 at Real Madrid. And I tell you, my mind tells me the guy might be sold, and shirt number 7 will be given to Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid. That is it. So we wait and see how that happens, but I think this is a boost of Vinicius Jr. to Arsenal, because as it looks right now, we might have a bigger fish to fry in the summer transfer window than expected, because Vinicius Jr. is obviously taking his time to obviously think of whether to put pen to paper on the deal or not. Then Vini, as today we are going to be seeing the second African team coming in action, and that is Morocco, and they're going to be playing Brazil. Vinicius Jr. has said the following: Morocco has become a benchmark for many countries across Africa and beyond. Congratulations to them for everything they've achieved. They have incredibly talented guys with outstanding technical quality. Obviously, this game is going to be a hard one, I tell you. It's not going to be as easy as most people think. However much, I went ahead to call in for Brazil as the winners of the World Cup. In this particular game of Morocco, they'll need to obviously bring out their best, because Morocco is having a team, and it has most of its players that featured in the World Cup of 2022, where they went ahead to become the first African team to reach the semifinals of the World Cup, and that really helped Africa to be given another slot, of teams to play in the World Cup. You understand? Because most of the times we used to take 5, and even if the edition had remained the same with 32 teams, obviously Africa would have gone ahead to be given a 6th slot in there for you. But now we are having, is it 48? 48 teams at the World Cup, with Africa having 9 teams in there for you. So Vinny is so much respectful to the side of Morocco, and after this game of Switzerland, where they are leading Qatar by 1-0, we'll obviously have to see Morocco versus Brazil. It's really going to be a game that the world will obviously sit and watch, because Morocco has something to offer. I tell you, they have something to offer tonight. Now, leaving Vinicius Jr. there, let's obviously head to Italy a little bit. Now, Italy failed to qualify for the World Cup. They sacked Gennaro Gattuso as their manager, and now it's official that Roberto Mancini has decided to part ways with Qatari side Al Sadd. He's the main candidate to become next Italy national team head coach. Mancini already said yes to the job, waiting for Federation to confirm their plans. So Italy have gone ahead to understand that maybe they need to do something different altogether. Gennaro Gattuso was not the right man for the job, but Mancini, with the experience, he'll obviously see them through the storm they are into. And indeed, I do believe he can do that because he's an experienced manager in there for you. So Mancini is expected to be the next Italy manager. Rokani David is my name. So please, tell me your thoughts about Vinicius Jr. to Arsenal transfer boost in the comment section below, as you refer to what I've gone ahead to say, the evidence I've gone ahead to show you, and what your opinion is. Then, Morocco versus Brazil. Vinny has given Morocco their flowers. And what do you think this game will end like? And lastly, your thoughts about a side called Mancini becoming the head coach of Italy. I'm out.